The circle of life continues and we have a new patch coming up. What's going on, Summoners? My name is Nathan Ng, and in this short video, I'll give you a preview of what's to come on patch 11.17. While these are tentative, we typically see most, all, or even a couple of extra changes than the ones that we mentioned to make it in the following patch. Hit that sub button and we'll provide a full list of changes as soon as we can. So anyway, let's go ahead and start this preview. First up, let's talk about some system nerfs. We have 3 items that are getting nerfed next patch. To the joy of many, this includes Divine Sunderer. This item is particularly a major inconvenience to many players because it's simply put too good. It provides extra durability, a big damage bonus, and even some sustain. While it was buffed earlier this season, it proved to be far too powerful, and it's all Ezreal's fault. Although a ranged champion abusing it illustrated that it was too overtuned, it turns out the problems with the items were bigger than the lack of significant penalty. In fact, anybody could actually build this item is what it felt like. Aside from Divine Sunderer, Serpent's Fang and Wit's End are up for nerfs as well. Serpent Fang's nerfs surprised me, but I expect them to be minor since it's a highly situational purchase. Maybe it's just too cheap and every assassin's building it, so they might raise the price just a little bit. On the other hand, Wit's End is broken. Champions like Aurelia are able to abuse it for its extra tankiness, mobility, and damage output. There's even Ashe, who hits a major power spike with her own built-in attack speed steroid. Once again, the fact that both melee and ranged champions are abusing what's supposed to be an adaptive purchase proves that it is undeniably stronger than intended. Next, we'll talk about some items that still aren't getting the job done. Hullbreaker, I love you, but you need some help. At least Riot thinks you do. Split pushing has been deemed still too weak, and with the buff to this item, I wonder if another Fiora nerf is in the works. The other item receiving a buff is Yumu's Ghostblade. The sword has seen better times. In previous seasons, it was a stable purchase alongside Duskblade for an incredible boost of mobility as well as damage. Many AD assassins instead opt out for Serpent's Fang as their go-to second item. Ghostblade is collecting some dust, and with some simultaneous buffs to it as well as nerfs to the counterpart, the item will likely see a jump in popularity. That covers the item changes, so let's go ahead and talk about some champion balance next. These are the champions getting nerfed next patch: Graves, Aurelia, Kayn, Leona, Viego, and Zed. Think you're right, I agree with all of these changes. While Graves isn't as popular as the other ones on the list, he's becoming a problem in high elo specifically. It's a present playing against him and he snowballs ridiculously hard. A small early lead is often GG as he scales up, hitting hard while being hard to take out. The other champions, let's be real, probably all knew that we're either OP or a little bit too strong. Aurelia has been a dominant pick in both the mid and top lane after the mini rework. Although she was nerfed afterwards, she's still finding incredible success in both lanes, hitting over a 43% ban rate in high elo. Blue Kayn is up for a nerf, and I'd expect a small damage nerf coming up. And then there's Leona, Viego, and Zed. They're all top tier picks in their respective roles, flaunting high pick rates as well as ban rates. Actually, they all hold some of the highest ban rates in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them receive damage nerfs moving forward. Leona's last nerf was a gentle slap on the wrist, but maybe with another adjustment, she'll be left in a more reasonable place. Viego is expected to heal less off of resets and have some utility reduced and be pushed towards more of a crit build next patch. Also, he's a user of Divine Sunderer, so that nerf is going to hit extra hard. That covers the nerfs, so let's go ahead and talk about the buffs. Champions who are receiving buffs next patch are Echo, Evelynn, Lysandra, Nami, Senna, Teemo, and Xayah. Oh my goodness. Riot, please. Even if these champions are weak, I do not want to see them in the game. This is a surprising list of champions as none of them are significantly underperforming except for Xayah. Let's talk about her first actually. Again and again, Riot has buffed Xayah up. A bunch of small and even medium-sized buffs have finally pushed her win rate to 48%. Earlier in the season, it was absolutely abysmal. She's almost there though, and I expect something small like a minor stat buff such as extra armor. Evelynn has actually begun to fall off a bit. At certain points in the season, she was an absolute devil. At the moment, there are just too many junglers to happily take her on in a fight. The meta has shifted away and is no longer ideal for her. Thus, her win rate is currently in the mid 48% range despite receiving no significant balance changes since the preseason. Meta development has actually really made a huge difference because she was so well above 50% in some patches. I'd expect a little extra damage or armor next patch. As for the other picks, they're all okay as they're pretty close to 50% win rate. I don't expect any major adjustments to any of them except possibly Teemo. He's in that unfortunate spot at the moment, or fortunate depending in some eyes, where he's pretty good in low elo but has it rough in the top level. Finally, let's go ahead and talk about some champion adjustments coming up, some big ones actually. Akshan, Amumu, and Gangplank and Lucian are all receiving changes next patch. There are certain aspects of their gameplay that Riot is hoping to target. Disparities in low elo versus high elo performance convey that they need the shifts in power. We already have an idea of some potential changes, but again, we'll have to wait for the final product. There's the idea that Amumu will still have 2 bandage tosses. This increases his utility at the cost of some burst damage. Lucian is also up for some changes to make him a stronger dual laner at the cost of some solo lane strength. That'll cover our patch 11.17 preview. I hope you guys enjoyed it and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep an eye out for our channel because we'll always provide you with a full set of upcoming changes very soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.